talk about finding out about us having twins and kind of our little backstory. So I was driving back and forth about an hour to work every day, the whole first year and a little bit extra of us being married. I was working at the hospital about an hour away as RN, and he was driving back and forth about an hour to his work, maybe a little bit more than an hour, to a nuclear power plant. And so between the two of us, we were about 2.5 hours away from each other every day at work, and we would just meet in the middle at home every night. And I had just transferred jobs for a couple of months when I found out I was pregnant, and he had just transferred to his job locally when we found out as well. So
it was actually the week of me transferring, we found out Caroline was pregnant.
Yeah, so it was a blessing because it all happened so quick, and we were surprised, but we were thankful that we were in town and that we could be closer to home.
So pretty much we found out that she was pregnant. We weren't trying at all, so it kind of came by surprise. We were about a month from trying. We were going to start trying right at the beginning of the year, but these little blessings actually came a little earlier than we expected. But the first thing that happened was one morning, Caroline told me to get up and cook some eggs. We were cooking some of the Willow Farm eggs, and she was in the bathroom, and then she came in there and kind of grinning and smiling. I just didn't know what was going on. I was cooking eggs, kind of being innocent. And she walked up to me with this little stick, and it showed the lines on it, and I was like, oh, what does that mean? And she pretty much said, read it again. And I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, you pregnant? And she said, yeah, I'm pregnant. And I said, oh, cool. And I
went right back to cooking eggs.
Yeah, pretty much went right back to cooking eggs. I mean,
didn't show any emotion, and I finally just stared at him until he hugged me.
It didn't cross my mind, and it didn't hit me probably till later that afternoon. But yeah, pretty much I kind of failed that little video that Caroline tried to make because I was really just cooking eggs and trying to get us a breakfast that morning. But so
she
yeah,
was not awake yet, I guess.
She was pregnant, and the next week we decided to go to the doctor's appointment, and
we didn't we had to I had to go to the doctor's appointment to confirm the pregnancy, and it wasn't until closer to 11 weeks before we found out we were having twins.
And that was kind of awesome because at about 8 weeks, Caroline said, look, I'm a little bit bigger than I think a normal pregnancy should be. I have a feeling it's twins. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Doesn't twins run in your family? And her grandfather's actually a twin.
But whenever I started showing earlier, I started referring to the baby as babies. I just had a gut feeling, and some people don't have that. You can hear Willow in the background barking.
She's getting jealous. I'm gonna actually let her in while we're still going.
But yes, so I just had a gut feeling. And especially with my pregnancy test, when I took it, it didn't take long at all for it to be positive. But that was actually the first pregnancy test I'd ever taken, so I thought I did it wrong. But I took 3 of them, and then I just sat in the bathroom for a hot minute and didn't process anything until later. But we went to our appointment at 11 weeks.
Yep, we went to the ultrasound, and we were in there. We were with a nice lady that worked at the hospital, but this was at the clinic of the hospital. And we got in there, and we're sitting down, and the lady puts it on Caroline's stomach. And sure enough, she went, oh, and Caroline said, it's twins, isn't it? And the lady said, and she said, it's twins, right? And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and pretty much the lady said, yeah, there's twins in there. So you got 2. And at that time, we were just like, wow, Caroline called it. So then we had to wait in another waiting room before the next checkup at the same appointment. You hear Travis kind of getting a little fussy. It's close to eating time, but we got in the waiting room and we were sitting there, and pretty much everybody else is just at the normal doctor's appointment, and Caroline and myself were just in there just dying out laughing because we knew it was happening. And
it didn't hit us yet. We were still a little shocked, but we were excited.
We were like, it's kind of cool. It's right off the bat we're having twins. We have friends that have quadruplets, and they've been a great resource to us and taught us everything pretty much that we know so far. Later on in the year, how many weeks was it till we found out the gender?
We told our parents,
Oh, yeah,
and we told
backstory.
family, and then we found out the gender at 16 weeks. We did an ultrasound, and we actually got my sister to keep the gender. So we didn't find out at that appointment, and he was about to drive me nuts trying to find out what they were.
I was trying to sneak look at the computer when the lady was looking at the gender. I was going to try to get that myself, but she caught me and didn't let me do it. But the very next day, we had our gender reveal. We had a great group of friends and family that were there to support us, and
We found out that she was baby A, and he was baby B.
And actually, I wanted one of each, but it really didn't matter. But
Both of us wanted one of each, but we just didn't say that, and then it happened like it did. Cause
I had a good feeling it was two girls. But so Caroline shot the first little cannon, and sure enough, it was a girl, and that was Eliza. And then the second cannon they gave to me, and I was kind of actually scared to squeeze the cannon and shoot it, but I did it, and it was a boy, so it was one of each, and it just was perfect. And that's pretty much kind of what we figured out. And later in the year, we got closer up to their time, and they were at 35 weeks, and Travis and Eliza came early.
we had to do a little bit of growing in the hospital, but they did so good. No NICU time, and we are some chunky monkeys today.
They've actually both almost doubled their weight in the past 5.5 weeks. So it's been a blessing. Travis was born at 3 pounds and 13 ounces, and Eliza was born at 4 pounds 10 ounces. And pretty much they've done nothing but exceed in everything, and they really love to eat.
So we're gonna go feed them. But thanks for watching.